On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Lincoln's annual Stranger Share Our Fire service on this Sunday morning. My name is the Reverend Oscar Sinclair. The Unitarian Church of Lincoln aspires to be a loving community, uniting reason with spiritual exploration to transform ourselves and the world. Stranger Share Our Fire started out years ago as a way to do 2 things: to celebrate the holiday season and to be about the work of transformation in the world. In years when we celebrate in our sanctuary, you would walk in to see the pulpit replaced on the chancel by a large Christmas tree, a Christmas tree that is slowly buried as the congregation brings gifts for our partners in the community. The ongoing need to distance this year means that this service looks a little different. We've been collecting donations at the church, and we'll have people available at 6300 A Street to collect donations this afternoon. So while we don't see gifts piled in our sanctuary this year, we are still supporting 4 partner organizations working here in Lincoln. And this is a service about celebration. So put on a silly hat if you have one. If you're with loved ones, gather them close and join us in singing and in telling stories.
Our story today is called Always Together at Christmas. The magic of Christmas is shared from family to family, from friend to friend. Christmas will always mean love, even if love feels a little different this year. Christmas is a time for family, even if family gathers a little differently this year. Christmas is something to believe in, even if believing looks a little different this year. Christmas is the season for giving, even if giving happens in different ways this year. Christmas is a light that won't be dimmed, shining brightly, illuminating the joy we share. Cherish this Christmas. Cherish the family and friends who make it special. Dream up new traditions and give thanks for each blessing. Whether we fly or drive or walk or call or cheer stretches across the miles, no matter where we celebrate or how we celebrate, we'll find a way to celebrate each other on the most wonderful day of the year. Because no matter how far apart we are, we're always together at Christmas. Part of what makes each holiday season fun is creating new traditions. Whether your loved ones are all together or safely apart this year, try one of these ideas or come up with one of your own. The author of this story recommends these different thoughts. Send Christmas kits to family and friends filled with do-it-yourself crafts and activities to go together over video. Maybe deliver food baskets to your neighbors, especially elderly and at-risk people who can't leave their homes. And always make sure you're washing your hands very, very well if you're delivering food. Create a Christmas bingo card and fill in squares with things like bake cookies and watch a holiday movie. Rather than visit Santa at the mall, write him a letter or send him an email. Assemble a family advent calendar by putting Christmas wishes inside 24 little envelopes. Throw your own Christmas concert at home and sing all your favorite Christmas songs. Make tree ornaments out of things like popsicle sticks, cotton balls, pom-poms, feathers, or pipe cleaners and send them to your loved ones. Host a virtual cookie decorating party and swap recipes with friends or family members beforehand. So, that is the end of our story. I know things are different this year, but even though it's different, I'm glad that we can always be together at Christmas, even if it's over the computer. Thanks so much for joining me for the story.
We invoke the spirit of this service with this poem by Helen Steiner Rice. It happened one day at December's end, she writes. Some neighbors called on an old-time friend, and they found his shop so meager and mean, made gay by 1,000 bows of green. Old Conrad was sitting with face ashine when he suddenly stopped as he stitched the twine. And he said, "My friends, at dawn today, when the cock was crowing the night away, God did appear in a dream to me, and he said, I'm coming your guest to be. So I've been busy with feet astir, strewing my shop with branches of fir. The table is spread and the kettle is shined, and over the rafters the holly is twined. And now I'll wait for God to appear and listen closely, so I will hear his steps as he nears my humble place, and I'll open the door and look on his face." Then his friends went home and left Conrad alone, for this was the happiest day he had known, for long since his family had passed away, and Conrad had spent many a sad Christmas day, but he knew with God as his Christmas guest, this Christmas would be the dearest and best. So he listened with only joy in his heart, and with every sound he would rise with a start and looked for God to be at his door, like the vision he had had a few hours before. So he ran to the window after hearing a sound, but all he could see was the snow-covered ground. All he could see on the snow-covered ground was a shabby beggar whose shoes were torn, and all his clothes were ragged and worn. But old Conrad was touched, and he went to the door, and he said, "Your feet must be cold and sore. I have some shoes in my shop for you, and I have a coat to keep you warmer too." So with a grateful heart the man went away, but Conrad noticed the time of day, and he wondered what had made his God so late, and how much longer he'd have to wait. Then he heard another knock, and he ran to the door, but it was only a stranger once more. A bent old lady with a shawl of black and a bundle of kindling piled on her back. But she asked only for a place to rest, a place that was reserved for Conrad's great guest. But her voice seemed to plead, "Don't send me away, let me rest for a while this cold, cold day." So Conrad brewed her a steaming cup and told her to sit at the table and sup. After she had left, he was filled with dismay, for he saw that the hours were slipping away. God had not come, as he said he would, and Conrad felt sure he had misunderstood when out of the stillness he heard a plea. "Please help us and tell us, where are we?" So again, he opened his friendly door and stood disappointed as twice before. It was children who had wandered away and were lost from their family on that cold day. Again, Conrad's heart was heavy and sad, but he knew he could make these little girls glad. So he called them in, and he wiped their tears, and he quieted all their childish fears. Then he led them back to their home once more. And as he entered his own darkened door, he knew that his God was not coming today, for the hours of Christmas had all passed away. So he went to his room, and he knelt down to pray. He said, "God, why did you delay? What kept you from coming to call on me? I wanted so much your face to see." And then softly, in the silence, a voice he heard, "Lift up your head, I've kept my word. 3 times my shadow crossed your door, 3 times I came to your lowly door. 3 times I knocked, 3 times I came in, and each time I found the warmth of a friend."
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of
and they will call him Emmanuel. Emmanuel, which means God is with us, the Gospel of Matthew tells us. What a strange year it has been. This is not the first time we've read that poem by Helen Steiner Rice as part of this service, but it might land a little differently now. The prospect of strangers showing up on the doorstep on Christmas Day is, at best, a public health risk at the moment. But really, this is not a story about COVID, strange as it seems. And this is not a holiday about a plague. Wait for that one. It comes in the spring. This is a holiday marking the most glorious and most mundane of miracles, the birth of a child who somehow represents God with us. Right here, right now, not in the sky, not silently judging, but an image of the divine as present. It's not a miracle of heady theology, it's a miracle of experience, of moment and feeling. God right here, right now, in the smell of wood smoke and in the face of a stranger. And maybe because of that, Christmas can often be a melancholy holiday. It's a time of celebration, yeah, but it's also a time when absence can cut deep. One of my favorite carols was written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He wrote it on Christmas Day in 1863, about a year and a half after his wife's death and a month after the near-fatal wounding of his son in the Civil War. And in despair I bowed my head, Longfellow wrote, "There is no peace on earth," I said, "for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men." Then pealed the bells more loud and deep, "God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men." The version that's in our hymnal does some important work to change some of the language of Longfellow's time. But the song, the story, they all have the same message for this season. You are not alone. Sadness does not endure forever. Children are born, the sun rises, hope is born again every winter, and if God exists right here with us in this moment. So as this next song plays, take a moment to type your name or the name of someone that you are holding close to your heart in the chat box. Thank you for your presence.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth to all goodwill. I thought how as the day had come, the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along a broken song of peace on earth to all goodwill. And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth to all goodwill. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth God sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth to all goodwill. Till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolved from day to day. A voice, a chime, a chant sublime of peace on earth to all goodwill.
Prayer After Eating by Wendell Berry. I have taken in the light that quickened eye and leaf. May my brain be bright with praise of what I eat, in the brief blaze of motion and of thought. May I be worthy of my meat. In our neighborhood, the Eastridge Food Pantry has temporarily suspended operations because of the pandemic, which is why it's all the more important for us to support other local food banks. Thank you for helping us to support the food bank this winter.
One of our recipients today for Strangers Share Our Fire is Fresh Start Home for Women, whose mission is to empower women experiencing homelessness to change their lives by recognizing and using their strengths to overcome barriers to self-sufficiency. I share these words of Sarah Teasdale, Winter Stars. I went out at night alone. The young blood flowing beyond the sea seemed to have drenched my spirit's wings. I bore my sorrow heavily. But when I lifted up my head from shadows shaken on the snow, I saw Orion in the east, burn steadily as long ago. From windows in my father's house, dreaming my dreams on winter nights, I watched Orion as a girl above another city's lights. Years go, dreams go, and youth goes too. The world's heart breaks beneath its wars. All things are changed, save in the east, the faithful beauty of the stars.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the
This story is called Christmas in the Bathroom by Robert Fulgum. When Sam was 3 years old, he went to a church where classes met in the basement and kept its Sunday school supplies in the foyer of the women's restroom. Sam discovered this treasure trove one morning late in November. Therein was a king-sized canister full of green glitter. You guessed it. Upside down, over his head, all over the restroom, and down the hall and around the corner and into the religious growth director's office. But before anyone could mutter, "Oh my goodness, what a mess," Sam, at 3 years old, sang out, hands in the air, laughter on his face, "You know what? You know what? There's Christmas in the bathroom." There's Christmas in the bathroom, and therein lies the message. Beauty, so said the ancients, is in the eye of the beholder. And the spirit of the holidays is and ever will be found where it's looked for, most often close by, most always very underfoot, hidden away in the closets and cupboards of our lives, waiting to be rediscovered in a rebirth of wonder, waiting to be dumped over our heads like blessing oil, waiting to be scattered like green glitter on the walls and hallways of dark December. Yes, the spirit of the holidays can be found in many places, even a bathroom. This year, we're collecting warm winter clothing items, hats, mittens, jackets of all sizes, and scarves for CenterPointe and Community Action Partnership. CenterPointe's mission is that they help people that they serve get better for longer. Their vision is that they foresee CenterPointe as the whole healthcare organization of choice, and their values are that they do the right thing, accept everyone for who they are. That sounds familiar. Help people help themselves, foster an environment for growth, and be the best. Community Action empowers people living in poverty to reach economic stability. They offer 17 unique programs that addresses the concerns and conditions of poverty in 4 impact areas: early childhood education, homelessness prevention, financial and family well-being, and hunger relief and healthy food access. Thank you.
The Lincoln Homeless Coalition and their backpack project provides backpacks to those without homes in order to store their cold weather gear. This poem is called "The Winter is Cold, is Cold" by Madeleine L'Engle. The winter is cold, is cold. all spent in keeping warm. Has joy been frozen too? I blow upon my hands, stiff from the biting wind. My heart beats slow, beats slow. What has become of joy? If joy's gone from my heart, then it is closed to you, who made it, gave it life. If I protect myself, I'm hiding, Lord, from you. How we defend ourselves in ancient suits of mail. Protected from the sword, shrinking from the wound, we look for happiness, small, safety-seeking, dulled, selfish, exclusive, interned, elusive, evasive. Peace comes only when it's not sought. Help me forget the cold that grips the grasping world. Let me stretch out my hands to purifying fire, clutching fingers uncurled. Look, here is the melting joy. My heart beats once again.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ, of fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains. Repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat, repeat the sounding joy. No more the sins and sorrows grow, nor thorns infest the ground. He comes to make his blessings flow, far as the curse is found, far as the curse is found, far as the curse is found. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love.
We usually end our services by extinguishing a chalice. But sometimes, for some holidays, it's the lighting of the candle that's important, not the putting it out. And so, we'll leave this chalice burning for now. But we carry with us the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. Until we are together again, beloveds, have a lovely weekend, a peaceful holiday season. I'll see you next Sunday.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 7th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 8th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge